All right, we're gonna jump right in tonight. Single versus married friends. Should you hang out? So a lot of discussion happened in one of my posts about single people hanging out with married people or married people still trying to hang out with single people. I just want to get you guys' thoughts on it and see where this conversation leads us. Which I know where it's going to lead us. 'Cause I have the topics, but I'm going. I'm going to talk about that first. So, should single people, well, should married people still try to hang out with single people? Mute Josh Mike and Adrian. I'll let you go first. Then we go to Donnie while Josh is getting set up.
All right, so I don't think it's inherently wrong, right? I don't think you need to just do a complete 360. Okay, now that I'm married, I can't hang out with nobody single. But I think it matters the type of single person it is, like their mindset, their character. You have some people who have been there for you for a long time and who will encourage you to do the things that you're supposed to do, even in your marriage. So I'm not going to say you can't go out with them or hang out with them, but where you go does matter, right? So hey, if we used to hang out and we go into bars and clubs, hey, that may be a no-no, but yo, let's go catch lunch so we can catch up and still spend time together. So I think the places that you go, the type of person that it is, their character, the types of things that they're into matters, because you don't want to have those negative influences, around you once you marry. You really want to build your circle in your life around things that are going to contribute positively to your marriage.
Go ahead, Josh. You muted.
Can you hear me? I'm good.
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, Adrian. What if the hoe is family? Like what if like the single girl, she a hoe, but she family. So what now what? Now what?
Well, the wise thing to do is pick and choose where you go with them at, right? So yeah, you family, so we can go do lunch or meet me at grandma's house,
It's
right?
her
But
birthday
at the
though.
same time, I'm
It's
not
her
about.
birthday though.
Well, you gotta know yourself too, right? And I think that's the real question. Me, I try to not put myself in them type of environments, period, because I know that it's been a season in my life where I struggled with lust
For
and
sure.
things like that. So I'm not about to be nowhere where it's gonna be a bunch of half naked women, it's alcohol. Why even put myself there? And if you feel some type of way about it, then you're not really my friend in the first place. A real friend, I know for us, they might talk a little junk to you. Oh, you went. Nah, but real in reality, I really respect it. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up or we'll catch up tomorrow. So you got to prioritize your marriage and protect it, man.
So it's your
Yeah.
lady. It's your lady though. It's your lady
Hold on,
that she
Josh.
got a
Let's.
cousin.
Oh
It's a
no, I
little
want to
out
get.
there, Adrian. Like I mean, I just want to see when Adrian put his foot down as a man and be like, "Yo, look, baby, no more going out with your cousin Denise because she different." Like, do you feel like you
Oh,
can do that?
so I don't have to worry about that because of the type of woman I marry. She never went out anyway.
Ah,
You see what I'm saying? So who you marry matters. Like my wife idea of going out is going to get dinner and a glass of wine and being home by like 8:30.
what if it's your
So
cousin?
Josh.
her going where she's not gonna go. That's not her thing. So
I feel you.
All
I
right,
love that. I love that because women know. Women know.
mm,
let's get Donnie perspective from a faith based point of view.
So I always thought about a situation that actually happened to me. I was hanging out with some lifelong friends, one cousin, and it's like one of the things I think as things got a little hairy. They say, "Yeah, man, we gonna just do this, but man. You go ahead, you do what you doing." And then what's so crazy is that my cousin even actually he stopped, he left, and he came and hung out with me. But I think it's really about like a respect thing, and I think too it's just like you know you can't choose your family. You know what I'm saying? Your family is your family. And I think the thing is that a lot of times when they know where you've been and know what you came from, like they tend to respect that. And I think along the lines of like having, let's say you got a younger man that's want to hang around you, he look up to you. He might not be, in a place where he's comfortable yet, but he's coming around you to try to learn from you. So I always feel like it's important for us to, to be teaching or, just to be a help to people.
I love it. I feel like one thing women don't understand about men don't pressure other men to cheat if they know they ain't no cheater. Like a man, I'm never gonna hide the buffet from you. Like we're gonna go to the same places, we're gonna be around the same women. Hey, they half naked, that's just how they came, big dog. We ain't gonna never say, I know you're gonna hit something. Like men don't even operate in that way. I don't know if women know that, but men don't be like, yo, tonight I'm gonna get you something. Bro, if you cheat, you a cheater. Men, your best friend didn't push you to be a cheater. You know what I mean? We don't like I don't know how women move, but men don't. Hey, if you cheat, you cheat, but we ain't never try to force another man that sleep with a woman or force another man to even holler at a woman that he know he got a wife at home. Like I ain't never seen it. I don't know if you guys experienced, but I ain't never seen no men move like that.
So let me ask you this. Do you think men do a good job of stopping the husband or the person in that relationship from cheating?
Nah.
So bro, I'm like, and we ain't gonna stop it.
I'm like, I don't encourage nothing. I don't encourage you to cheat. I am not the Sunday afternoon, 8 p.m. Nick at Night black man that's gonna be like, hey, yo, Chris, all right, slow down. Like, I'm gonna be like, yo, Chris, you wildin', boy. All right, now that's all you gonna get from a black man. All you gonna get, be like, all right, now. All right, you can't live with me. You might get that from a black man, but we ain't about to be on there. I'm not policing nobody, yo. I feel like we grown, and I feel like I picked my friend circle well enough to know that if they made that decision, they smart enough to make that decision, so they know something I don't. You know what I mean? Because we don't know what's going on in each other's households, to be honest. So if your boy moving kind of weird, sometimes you might be like, bro, hey, just don't call me for alibi. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, so I'm gonna get my perspective, and I'm gonna get some stats first. You know, I like data. So I looked up while you guys are speaking. Most economic studies find that married men earn about 10 to 30% more than single men. Do you know why? If you don't, hey, man, okay. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to guess.
no guess. So I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you're single, you have less guardrails, less constraints. You live in the world free. So when you're married, second guess things right earlier. So you're like, should I go to this spot? How much is it going to cost? I got to bring this amount of money in. I got to make more money. So I need to be working doing this. I need to be networking when I go to these events. So married men move differently from single men. Single men may go out, have drinks, sleep in until 12, 1 o'clock, get up, go try to find another party. And most of the time it's younger single men. I'm not going to say older single men. Younger single men are just trying to navigate life. So they are single. But when they meet a woman that they want to be with, they want to take care of her. They want to provide for her. And they understand what marriage is. Adrian, you spoke on this a couple of weeks ago. You said there's more younger men trying to get married, but they're scared to get married because they're not financially stable. But the financial stability comes in when you get married because it pushes you to do more and be more for your household. Josh, you're going to say something?
Yeah, I was just interrupting you, man, because I'm like, we all been single before, so we really ain't even, we know how it like. I feel like when we were single, bro, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all feel free to stop me. A single man has a barrier for suffering. It's like, yo, we can go this long without food. We can go this long without lights. We can go this long without luxuries. That's a barrier. Like, that's how we're able to save money because, like, yo, bro, I really don't need that. I can go to the crib, watch the game. We really eat McDonald's. Like, we got that barrier. But when we have families, it's almost as like the opposite. Now we're trying to I don't want them to have to suffer ever. You know what I mean? That we can save so much money. Be like, yo, I'm gonna just stay in the house all weekend. I might go hoot with the fellas. I'm gonna eat McDonald's, get this 5 for 5. We know when we single, we know how to save money. The men eat the same thing every day if we stacking because we can endure this much suffering. But when you got that family, now I'm just like, you can't, nah, fam. We ain't got no cold water. You know what I mean? Like, you immediately hop on. You don't want your family to be inconvenienced for nothing. I miss it sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I miss being able to be like, I swear to God, bro, I get Call of Duty, y'all, and I stack money for 6 months. I just play a game, bro. I miss it being able to just get in that mode. You can't have that mode. Don't exist when you got a family, man. Let's be honest. Like you can hype your wife up as much as you want about we going gorilla mode, nothing but milkshakes and stack. Yeah, that shit ain't real, bro. Like because it's different with a woman. It's us. We could do it. I won't put my wife through that.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: you're not supposed to do that though, because that takes away from your life.
What you mean?
So like this, like if you're single and you're doing that, and we have all experiences. I can't speak for Adrian and Donnie, but I know you and I, because I was sleeping on your couch at one time. We're not supposed to do that because we are supposed to eat healthy. And think about this, even going to the doctor. Who makes your doctor's appointments? Your wife.
Yeah.
Checkups, making sure food in the house, even if she's spending too much on food, you never go without that favorite snack or healthy drink or whatever you're doing. She looks out for you just like you're looking out for her, just like you guys are looking out for the kids. We're not supposed to do that. If you stay single for a long time, guarantee you, your chances of getting in an accident go up. Your chances of coming up with a terminal illness go up. And these are facts. These have been studied because men do not want to go to the doctor because they think they could power through everything. But you can't. You're not supposed to live like that. You don't even drink water like that when you're single. You drink a lot.
I was gonna say toilet paper, man. You mess around and get some napkins from McDonald's.
Come on now, that one ply. Toilet paper like a spider web. Toilet paper like a spider web. I know what you're talking about, cuz. I'm telling you, I ain't get the bathroom towels till I got a girl, bro. You know them don't touch that towels. We got the don't touch that towels now. We get to it.
But that's what it is, though. So I want to move to another topic because I know single versus married. That's subjective, really. When it comes down to it, it's subjective. How are your single friends? How are your married friends? But we need to treat marriage, and I'm saying this, and I don't care who doesn't agree with it, like an elite group. It's an elite group to be married. Why is that? Because you are taking vows under God and you're asking God for things, but you have to move so you could be prepared for the things that he's going to give you. After you got married, Josh, I know you joke about it, like it don't just go up automatically, but the way you're living now versus to where you were living when you were single, is it better?
Yeah. Nah, bro, I tell people all the time, that apartment that me and you was living in, that can fit in my backyard, bro. Like they don't even understand that apartment that we was in, and I was on the bed, he was on the floor. We could put that in the backyard with a little space, to be completely honest. So it's definitely a different level of you know what I mean, economically for sure. I don't even know, man. Like me, I'm more of a minimalist when it comes to stuff like this. I'll be completely honest with you guys. Like the only reason I got a big house is because I want to be able to do more with my family. Like the apartment, anybody who knows me, like I'm a minimalist, bro. I don't really need a lot to function. So it's definitely a blessing. But I put my main energy into like, am I mentally okay? Am I spiritually? Like my wife is my peace. So I'm always happy in a good mood. I'll be happy in a good mood in a shack, but we ain't, you know what I mean? So to me, it's like she just makes me feel like she my home. So, and I feel good around her and her energy. And I feel like that's the most important thing, bro. Cause it's ups and downs with life. God, we blessed with this now. And hopefully, we will continue to be.
So let's talk about that, Donnie. And Adrian, I know you got to leave in a few minutes, but I want to get on that being equally yoked. So that scripture you sent me, can you quote that? And then let's talk about the meaning of, being equally yoked and the separation of man and woman and why divorce rates are so high. I know that was loaded.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot. But I think, thinking about, some of the past conversations, it's like being equally yoked is relationships in general. I've been looking at, like, probably the past couple of days, attachment styles, right? And it's like it's got 4 different attachment styles, and people that's secure, people that's anxious, people that's dismissive, and people that's fearful, avoidant. And when you think about when people get together, it's like all of this is based on how they was raised. It's based on what they believe. And it's like they kind of attach to different people based on their experiences. So when you come together, the key is to be in agreement. You know, and when there's two visions, it's division. You know what I'm saying? You're not united. So if you have two people that think different, it's like the two-headed monster, you know, and ultimately it's you're gonna have a power struggle. You know, people said the battle of the sexes happened in the Garden of Eden when, you know, when God, you know, told Eve that she would desire her husband, but he would rule over her. And I think that, you know, at that point before then they was together. But after that, you know, there was this like, you know, me against you type of mentality. So like ultimately our job is to say we got how we fix that. The Bible says it's a great mystery for marriage, right? Is that the two become one flesh. Like how many people you know morphing into one person? You know, but it's like when you really start thinking alike, you know what I'm saying? When you're going down the same path, when you're aligned with one another, and I think ultimately that happens by being aligned with the word, it shapes your path. You kind of got to get rid of the I and me and become the us and the we.
Adrian, let's get your perspective. How often do you see married couples just butting heads because they're not moving as one?
All the time. That's how my caseload stay full. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's that. But a lot of times it's to what Donnie was saying too, right? Like they're not on the same page. A lot of time there's no vision, right? There's no mission statement. There's no vision statement. So a lot of times the husband is looking at it from a standpoint of, oh, you won't follow me. But he doesn't understand you haven't given her a clear mission and vision for the relationship. You haven't given her, let her know where y'all are going, let her know how she kind of fits into it, and give her the space to give feedback and to make adjustments as well too. But once they get aligned, that's when real progress, starts to happen in a relationship.
And when you're married, you do have to move differently because you aren't moving alone. And a lot of people, married couples in the beginning stages, if they make it past that first, what they say is that the first 2 or 3 years, they make it to year 5, they start leveling out. But in a lot of cases, I'm not gonna say most cases. I don't want to make it seem like marriage is just awful and everyone gets divorced, because that's not it. But when that is the case, it's because either the man is still trying to live the way he used to, and he loses the respect of the woman, or the man feels like he's always trying to get respect from that woman because she appears to not respect him. And maybe it could be from outside influence. Who was influenced to eat the apple? Eve was influenced to eat the apple. Why is that? Because if you notice, a lot of women have that shiny object syndrome. If you put something in front of them, and this is another stat because women spend more than men. Just like Josh just said, he's a minimalist. Most of us are. Most of us can sleep on a cot and just have food and go do what we want to do the next day. That's it. That's all we need. But women like to be entertained and like to have fun, like to enjoy themselves more than men do. So when it comes to that, your environment really plays a big part of that. And you need a sisterhood if you're a woman, and you also need a brotherhood if you're a man to keep you going. Because let's be honest, if you're going through something and you're trying to be better for your family, you can't go tell your wife like every day, I'm stressed. She's gonna be like, Dad, you always stressed. What's going on? Sure. But I told my wife that though. I said, I might be stressed every day, but you don't notice it. You only notice it when it's a really, really, really bad day. So go ahead, Josh.
Being that you said, or most of the people on this pod is minimalist, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of that, us being men, is due to the fact that we've had to manage resources our whole life. Like a man's life in general is managing resources. Do you feel like you would still be a minimalist if we don't have that burden? Because I'll be honest, I don't know. If I just could go do stuff, I don't know. I'm not gonna say a lot of y'all and see I would still be two hots in a cot if I just had unlimited resources, if that makes sense.
So I'm gonna answer that real quick. Then I'm gonna go to Adrian because he got to leave at 7. So what I feel, in my opinion, unlimited resources, that will never be given to us. We weren't born with value. You know, no man was born with value. Even if you're rich, you're going to still feel like you don't have a lot. You know, if you're a man, you're always going to want more. You always have that drive to, you know, I need to accomplish something. That's why we are good at sports. That's why we're good at debates. That's why we excel at work. That is all of these things. Like when you start lifting weights, that's why your muscles grow. That's why you want to keep pushing. So in my opinion, I think even if I had unlimited resources, I will always want to keep pushing. But then again, you can look at it from a child perspective. When did you get the unlimited resources? Because there are children that have everything that don't have the drive to do anything. So Adrian, I'll let you go because I know you got about 9 minutes.
Oh no, I got till 7:10. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I gotta. But one thing that I wanted to highlight too is a lot of times where I see breakthroughs in marriages is when the husband is finally vulnerable. So to your point, Dominique, yeah, we don't want to complain every day, but a wife needs insight into what is going on with you, right? And then we get into this trap where we expect them to move differently, but they're not even aware of the thing that they're doing that is causing an issue, right? They're not aware that you're really feeling disrespected at times, or because she does this one thing, you're sitting here thinking, dang, so you really don't believe in me, or you really don't follow me. When in all actuality, she's doing this thing to prove to you that she does follow you, right? So our perception gets skewed fairly quickly. And if you don't have people in your life that you can process what you have going on, that can kind of keep you shifted, right? So like one thought that I'm always on guard for is anytime I ever feel like my wife is not for me, right? If I ever think differently, Adrian, you're tripping. You need to work through that because you don't want to start seeing her differently. And then I have to communicate these things of when I feel like she may be doing something that may make me question that. Hey, you did this right here. It made me feel this way. Or just, hey, why did you do this? Hey, I did this because I thought it would be easier on you. Okay, that makes sense. Let's not do that no more going forward, type of thing, you know?
So I'm gonna add on. I'm gonna add on to that. So, Adrian, I do agree with what you're saying, but I'm gonna clarify what I was saying. Do not go complaining to your wife every day because the environment matters, right? If she's having a bad day, if she's venting to you, and you're always like, I can't talk, like I'm stressed, I don't know what to do. Like she's gonna look at you like, why am I following you? You don't ever have anything to to tell me that's gonna make this situation better. Because a lot of times women want to vent, but then when they come down, they want solutions from that person that they're venting to, which is their husband. But if you don't have the solution right then, just listen. And if you are feeling some type of way, wait until she comes down because, you know, women are up and down a lot more than men. So you got to pick your environment when you're starting to be vulnerable, because if she already in her feelings about something and you want to be vulnerable, she not going to care. I can tell you like this. I'm going to be open right now. I was in the hospital. Me and my wife, we were having a little back and forth one time, and I went in the hospital. I'm not gonna say why I went in the hospital, but I was in the hospital. Now we get in the hospital, and I'm laying in the bed. I got all this stuff on me. This is funny. I can laugh about it now. I got all these, these things hooked up to me, and she was like, she still had to get off of what she wanted to say. I'm like, yo, I'm here and I'm laying in the bed. You still got to get off? Like, okay, I'm gonna listen. I can't do nothing else. I'm gonna listen. But I joke about it because a lot of people try to run away from their problems, which really is not a problem. She just wanted to talk, and I didn't feel like talking. But I had to listen because I was in the bed. I couldn't move. Dottie, you got something to say?
Yeah, like I think, like, especially with guys, right? We don't argue. You know, if two men argue, man, they're gonna fight. Something gonna happen. So I think a lot of times with us is like we ain't into the back and forth. You know, ultimately for real, do you ever feel like where you just there, you gotta take it, you can't stop. For us, it's like you know what I'm saying? You had a mentality, well, she's not a guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't win in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's kind of like our approach. You know, I think a lot of times is putting the ego aside, and sometimes it's just listening, man. Because I think it's a level of frustration that come with anything where you don't have a solution. I was thinking about this earlier. It's like if you had two doctors, right? And you had a doctor with 30 years experience, and you had a young doctor just graduated out of school. Which one you want to perform a life threatening surgery on you? You know,
More experience, yeah, for
you
sure.
say the fresh one. See, somebody might say the fresh one, but then sometimes people say I want the guy that did like 20,000 successful. But it's like I think it differs, and the only reason I say that I think sometimes experience, right? Is like the longer you kind of do a thing and you kind of kick your foot against the wall, you know it don't work. And over a period of time, you be like, it ain't even worth going back and forth. It's like I ain't even gonna keep doing it. Ultimately, grace allows you to say, you know what, I did that before, but I got through it, so I'm gonna stop doing it.
Heck yeah.
Josh, you got something to say before we go to the next thing?
Oh no, hell no, man. I be telling my wife everything, bro. Like, I ain't got a lot of guy friends like that. Y'all know in this business, the high, it's bittersweet. The higher we go up and start dealing with like high level clients, you really start separating people who are really your friends, and this is business. So I think the older we get, the more, unfortunately, we don't have many real friends. Like my wife is literally my best friend, so I tell my wife everything. I ain't really got no shoot the shit people like that I deal with.
The next question, we're going to go back to the friends. Since you just mentioned friends, right? We're going to go back to that. Should married people go on vacation with single people?
I can't, nah, not that, like that, nah. Like to me, it's like, yo, for real, like, nah, like, good damn, nigga. You playing with me now? Because like here's the thing though, like I said before, your boy will put the buffet out there. You ain't gotta sleep at the buffet hotel, you know what I mean? So you can always like I just gotta endure for these few hours and we home. But now I gotta like I'm gonna sleep. He done got the shorty like yo, that her friend like, oh man, that was my ride. Well, I'm gonna sleep. Now I'm like, yo, now you can't even talk to your wife because shorty in the background sleep. You're like, yo, you scared to call. I don't call my wife with other women in the room. I don't care if I'm cheating or not. I'm like, yo, they having too much fun. Yo, tell them girls they gotta go before I gotta call my wife. And people, you can't have girls having fun with your wife on the phone. You crazy? Nah, like I couldn't do it, bro. Nah, not a vacation. That's too long, man. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. That just got me mad. Think about it. It's crazy.
What about the other side?
My wife?
Can your wife go on vacation with single friends?
Nah, they shoot, man. I ain't gonna lie though. If it's business, sometimes it's out of your hands.
No. We ain't talking about business. We're not talking about business.
What you mean, like a pleasure trip?
Yeah, like a pleasure trip. Like, girls be going on the cruises,
They go and see if they going to a conference, like a women's empowerment conference. I still think they be low-key getting a freak off on a women's empowerment conference. That's a whole nother podcast, fellas. I think it's an underground. I really think the women's empowerment conference is low-key a freak off joint. Donnie might know more than me, Donnie, because Donnie in the church, he plugged in. Donnie, are they freaking off at the empowerments, bro? Because they be too happy to go.
I don't know.
Like how many?
Always say, man. I don't know.
Donnie, how many pictures you done seen get posted from the women's empowerment? Right? None. We've never seen hey, but you empower. The girls is freaking off, bro. But
so no, it's a no for you, huh? Yeah.
Now, because you know how they shape certain things, like they post a hookup. Y'all know how they advertise cruises like it's a hookup situation. So if it's like a romantic type of carnival cruise, and I see they got a bunch of little beaches, if I know it's like pushing like sex, I don't really want my wife to be a part of it, bro. But I trust my wife so much, I don't really feel like she would even ask if she knew it was on some sucker stuff. Just like Adrian said, I kind of know her as a person. I don't even think Shorty would ask me. Yeah, but if she do ask me, I'm gonna say no.
You know who you married? Adrian, yeah. What's so the guy and the girl perspective?
See, I'm gonna be honest, I gotta work through it because initially I told my wife, like, you ain't doing no girls trips, like that's dead. Like what I look like married, period, right? But that was my insecurities a little bit, y'all. So, but I still think you just gotta be careful. Like, and mine isn't necessarily a trust thing now. It's more like a safety thing too, yo. Like, yo, I'm responsible for you, yo. Like, I get you want to be out here with your friends and even with her, like they probably they would go to like a conference or something, but they would be serving, right? I don't even see her wanting to go somewhere for her. They actually serving, you know. But it's a safety thing for me now to yeah, you can go, but I'm worried about you. You know what I'm saying? Day 2, I'm coming down there too. You know what I'm saying? On your way back, I make sure you get back safe or something, because my wife, she is led by God. I trust her discernment, but she's still a little too nice. Like, why you rolling your car window down to homeless people? These people crazy out here in Charlotte. Like, you don't be seeing the stories. Don't do what you mean. What if I feel led to give? You got a husband. I'm telling you, no. Keep the window up and keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So if she asked, I know she would really want to do it. So I'm not going to give much pushback. I trust her more than I trust myself to go on a guy's single trip. And it's not even that I think I would do something, but it's one of those things where it's like, let me stay away from it. That way I don't got to worry about it, you know, at all. I'm big on running and just staying away from certain, you know, environments, man, because there's no way I could fail. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I can fail a test I don't take. You know what I mean?
All right, Donnie.
So, man, one of the best. Well, I think they could do it. Like, I think I'm not opposed to it. I always feel like, you know, you trust until you give a reason not to trust. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, you never know. So I wouldn't be against it. But one of the things that I think would have been super good for me, man, that's just been healthy, is that I go to bed early. I don't know, you could call me old or what, but it's like, I don't care where I'm at, around 8 o'clock, the sleeping ministry taking off. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's been one of my saving graces, man, because it's like, a lot of times it's like me getting up around 3 in the morning or being up early. It's like I go to bed early. So it definitely has been a blessing.
So I'm gonna get my perspective, and then we're gonna go to a real tough topic before we get off this call. So I'm gonna just give it from my personal experience. My thing was right in line with Adrian, the protection, and not just protecting her, but protecting my pockets. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by my pockets. My wife is a person that she likes to engage with her friends, but only for about 3 hours. About 3 hours. Like, that's it. And then she want to come home. But if she go on a trip with her friends, which I'm against, I'm not even gonna act like I'm with it. She's gonna ask me, or she's gonna be complaining so much, I'm gonna have to pay for her to get home, or it's gonna be a problem with her and her friends. You understand? So I'm protecting her because, you know, she's a little sheltered, and I'm protecting her friendship because when she get there, and I'm protecting my pockets because that's a ticket to pay there and then pay back, you know, all of that. That's a lot of money. So, you know, lightheartedly, I don't think that she needs to be going on trips without me. I could go with you, and then you could come back to the room after y'all have lunch or whatever. You know, you make it a couple. That's why married people go with married people on couples trips. So, because at the end of the night, who gonna want to be sleeping in the bed with or in the room with somebody else when you got a whole spouse? I want to come back to my wife. She want to come back to her husband. Like, that's the way it go. After the drinks and the fun and the food. And we go to bed early too, Donnie, about 8:30, 9 o'clock. You know, I get up at 3:30. So yeah. Josh, you got anything to say before we go to this next topic? I know Adrian got about 5 minutes. You're on mute. I guess God telling us you ain't got nothing to say.
I ain't got nothing to say. Go ahead. My fault, man. I was clicking on a little button over here and not the little unmute. I said, boy, I'm on drugs in this joint. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
So, friends of the opposite sex. When you're married, should you have a friend that's of the opposite sex? And what I mean by friend, I mean y'all talking on the phone, y'all going out to eat, y'all doing stuff, like a friend would do. Can it happen?
Who going first,
I'm
bro?
gonna tackle it before I jump off, right? The dynamic of the relationship. All right, so there's always exceptions to the rule, right? But the dynamics of that relationship or that friendship should change. One, my wife gonna have to co-sign on it, right? So you got to be kind of cool with her too. The time in which we talk gonna hit a little different, but ultimately it's about my wife feeling good and comfortable with the relationship. That literally happened with us. My best friend Fave, man, shout out to you, Fave. I might send you this, man. My best friend Fave, she was there for me when I didn't love myself, when I went through my divorce, and she really yo, what are you talking about? You remember who you are, just comforted me, you know what I'm saying? Genuinely supported me and all of that. So even while I'm thinking about proposing, that's who I'm talking to. You sure this is what we need to, yeah, boom, boom, boom. As soon as we got married, she met my wife. She talked to my wife. I don't talk to her as much. Early on, I did. When I would even be struggling sometimes in my marriage, I would call Fade. That's one of them single relationships to where it was fruitful for my marriage. Because I would be frustrated. All right, but you're going to be all right. Suck it up. Go do what you got to do, because that's her character. That's the type of person that she is. It's something that my wife was, aware of too. So I would say first, your spouse definitely needs to be comfortable with the person. They need to meet the person, and then you definitely have to have boundaries, right? There was a time where I could call Fave whenever. I would hit Fave up after about 7:30. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. But also these was conversations that we already had and we already knew well before I got married too. You know what I'm saying? And so I think your friends, y'all should all be on the same page to where it's like, oh, you forgot about me. No, ain't nobody forget about you. This is my priority, right? And so you sit on the outside of that. So
I love that.
All right. Donnie, you want to go?
Yeah, I would say similar to Adrian. I had a friend, and she kind of knew us, like for real, since 2000, and she's been to the house. I remember when I had a surgery, she came over, she cut my hair, she bought my girls gifts, and it's just she became like a family friend, and she became a part of us too. So it's I think Amanda Noah, I think Amanda invited her to my birthday party, and they connected. It's so it's I think in situations where you invite, or you know what I'm saying, you involve, everybody's involved, I feel like it's respectful, it's full of love. And so that's I used to didn't think, a guy could have girlfriends, man. It's opposite sex. When I was young, I was like, man, I'll be a friend to a female. That's out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm thinking how this gonna work. But it's you literally can, if the person, if I think if both you guys are genuine people, and you have respect for everything that's going on, for real.
I'm gonna tell you guys, and then I'm gonna go to Josh after this. So one thing is, genuine people, that's a very small percentage of the world. One. So we're talking about the minority when we're talking about your situations, right? But the majority, male and female, it don't work unless the male is not attracted to the female. Think about it. Let's think about it from a woman's perspective. If your wife thinks that your friend is more attractive than her, will you be able to have that relationship? I don't think so. And I'm not calling your friends ugly. I'm just saying it owes on your wife. Really, that's what it is. If your wife thinks she oh, you friends with her? Oh, no. That's the thing, but that's the security that you have to give your wife too, to make her feel like she's the most beautiful person in the world. So she's not insecure about anything, because she does need validation.
For sure.
And that's now from the other end, because y'all talked about your perspective from a woman that you knew, but the other side, can your wife have a male friend? And think about it, just like I just laid it out for you. Say he fit, he got money, he a player. Like, what's up? Like, and then you just meet him and you like, yo, who this? And you like, nah, bro. Nah, but all jokes aside, can your wife have a guy friend that she goes out, eat dinner, all of that without you being there?
My wife can have a gay friend, bro. She can have a little gay man. I'm not even mad. She got a little gay dude, bro. I don't care if he big and built. She got a little strong gay dude.
Nah. We ain't talking about no.
Nah, cause hear me though, bro. Cause I like scented candles, but I can't be all in Bath and Body Works. I want to be able to call Wayman. Yo, Wayman, pick me up something, bro. Like I call my little gay homie. Me and him, we bond on the candles.
So you hanging out with him by yourself too?
I ain't hanging out with him. I'm gonna send him on a candle run. Like I like scented candles, but I'm like everything can't be mahogany and teak wood. Or they want to give a black man is mahogany and teak wood. I'm like, yo, I like the vanilla sugar or something. Yo, Wayman, go candle smelling for me, bro.
So if he wasn't gay, can she have a friend?
He couldn't do the same thing I do. No, that's a weird thing. Like she can't have no funny ass comedian friend. Like, hey, nah, bro. Like he can't be just like I don't want. Like you don't want your wife to have a therapist. You're like, yo, that dude's really good, and she keeps telling you therapist stuff that, yeah. Have you ever tried Peter's way of talking to people? I think you'll be like, man, get this nigga. Like nobody, men don't talk about that, but yo, you can have a guy friend, but he can't do what I do, like because I can't handle it. Josh, Peter just dropped his new comedy special. Oh my god! Like I'd be like, I'd be so mad. Bro.
Adrian, you're a therapist, so have men gotten upset at you because of that certain thing and stop your therapy sessions?
Nah, but I'm strategic too. Like I align with the man more. Or it has been times, I align with the man more to get him to understand, like, yo, I'm here for you. I'm good with giving rules too. Hey, don't be saying, hey, well, Adrian said this. You know, y'all both trust me to hold y'all accountable, and then till y'all get to the place where y'all can start trusting each other. So I try to give them tools, but I don't be meeting with nobody wife too much. I try to do one individual with both. Other than that, we all meeting together. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why we did a woman. She was like, can we do a man? Absolutely not. You don't need to be talking to dude about that. So y'all pray for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't got it all together. Yeah,
so that's your answer. That's your answer right there. I know you gotta hop off, but that's your answer right there. No.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel bad though. Like my wife, she had a good dude who was like a genuine good friend, and I ain't like it. I'm like, nah, you can't talk to him no more, yo. Terrible, destroyed the friendship. And now me and the guy though, we cool. Cause my thing was, okay, now that we married, he need to be reaching out to me. Right? He need to be reaching out to me if he want to do anything. He don't need to ask you about getting up with you. It need to be, Adrian, what's going on, which I got planned. You mind if I swing through? It need to come through me. Now, I didn't communicate that to her, but I said since he didn't do it, it got shut down. That's why communication and stuff is important. And now that me and him is closer, I'm like, dang, like you really love God. Like you was supposed to be the bro. But me sitting out here, my pride and my ego done destroyed it all together. So be wise, people. To Dominique's point, that ain't the majority of people though either. You know what I'm saying? Don't be making these crazy decisions based off of 1 out of 10 chance possibility of hitting. Go with the wisdom and just say no, yo.
All right, Adrian.
My man really love God. That's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. Like you kind of, because you got to make sure he ain't a threat, man.
Man, I tell you guys a story too. So my wife had a guy friend when we first got married. I'm gonna tell you, he tried to set me up. Like, and what I mean set me up, she was out of town. He texted me or something because we all hung out like twice. And he texted me and was like, hey man, you want to go to the strip club night? Now my wife gone. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And I was in the gym. I'm working out. I'm like, man, whatever. And like, I ain't want to be rude. I'm like, all right, yeah, just call me later. And right when I walked in the house, she was like, this is when she was my girlfriend. She said, you going to the strip club night? I said, well, who? Because I ain't think nothing of it when he called me. I was like, no. He's like, well, Sam said it. Well, not. I got to bleep that out.
Yeah.
But the
shit live, bro. Shit live, bro.
But this was the thing. He call me and then call her right away. Like, he coming. I'm like, yo, what's
Digging
going
you out
on
of there.
here?
Yeah,
So
but-
now I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna keep going. We about to get married. So I'm reaching out to him. I'm like, yeah, we going, I'm gonna do this at this place. He ain't talked to her at all. We can do this at this place. This is where I'm gonna propose, yada, yada, yada. And then he said he got mad at me for not inviting him to the proposal, but it was a limited amount of seats there. I'm not there for you. I didn't tell you to come out there just for that. I'm letting you know what I'm about to do. And I'm not asking you for your permission. That's not what's happening. So, fast forward ahead, they don't talk no more. But I had to cut that off. You calling late at night? I'm like, nah, bro. Like you talking about, can we all talk about it? No. We're not talking about anything. You're done.
I feel like you made a right decision, because a big thing about that is that person has to respect your marriage. No matter who friend, male or female, they still have to respect your marriage, because you can have female friends who don't respect your marriage. So
yeah,
that was kind of crazy. Yeah. But that was kind of crazy. Like, I'm not, unfortunately, I've never had nobody like not respect our marriage, at least not to my face. Because we got to check that stuff on our end too.
Yeah. Have one of you guys, well, I know you, Josh, but Donnie, have you ever experienced anything like that?
So she had a friend, you know what I'm saying, and I assumed that he did have a crush on her, you know what I'm saying. And the truth be told, I kind of laughed about it a little bit, because I don't know, you know how sometimes, man, your head, you be like, man, I smack the fire out you, you know what I'm saying. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's like I think because I think I feel I knew, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't tripping. I kind of like played with it, I guess, and I'd be like, he like you, right? You know what I'm saying? I say, he got a crush on you type stuff. But what was crazy is, like, I feel I trusted how she handled it, and she was always straight up with me. So it didn't make me feel no kind of way, for real. But I would have smacked the fire.
Heck yeah, because you're right. It's a borderline. It's between, like, if somebody out and try to holler at my wife, I don't mind him trying to holler at my wife, but once he find out my wife with somebody, now you disrespect. I feel like you always you can't be mad at dude for the initial, hey man, what's good? What's your name? Oh, this is my husband. So everything after this, my husband, now you disrespect. So I always get people, you can get your attempt off. I ain't mad at that. That's crazy, but you only want to do that, say nothing to your wife. Like, how you know this was your wife, bro?
Oh, wait a minute. No. He's saying that it was a friend that he felt like had a crush on her. So
yeah,
he knew her.
It was her friend. She went to school with him, and it's like, we made a joke about it. I think I try to be lighthearted about it, because sometimes, I think, with situations definitely where they're awkward, like laughing, man, is kind of a way to kind of like ease stuff, and it took care of itself, which a lot of times stuff like that do. People move, things change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think sometimes, man, you don't even got to do nothing. Sometimes it'll just eliminate his own self.
For sure.
Yeah. I smacked the fire. Yeah, I smacked the fire. Yeah, I mean, I've never had that happen. I'm not okay with nobody hollering at my wife. I don't care, Josh. You see me.
I think if that nigga don't know,
you see me right here. You see me right here with her. You think so? You saying I can't have nobody like this or something? Like, you disrespecting me anyway.
See, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy for your brain. Like, I know in my heyday, living in Greenville in a college town, if I see y'all sitting at a table with some girls and I get shorty attention, I'm like, oh, that's your guy, right? Like, I'm not playing with y'all dudes like that, bro. If I see something that I know I'm getting at and she look at me and make contact, I'm gonna be like, at least be like, yo, you with homie? And she say, yeah, I'm done. You ain't got to worry about me no more. But if she be like, nah, I'm like, shoot, come. Like, bro, Jude, you think you're going to get proximity pity from me? No, you're not.
No, but you see what you just said. You see what you just said, though. You look, she look, contact, initiation, and then you go over there. So my wife ain't looking at nobody.
You're not doing it. Somebody's face, bro. I don't mean like staring at him. I mean, she just happened to catch his face.
When I'm telling you this. Like, my wife, even when we're talking to somebody,
bro,
in the
you
gym,
think this handmaid tale? She wife looking. No, wife be looking around the room, bro.
I'm telling you this. She don't even look at the man directly in his face. Like, unless they're shaking hands or something. She don't look like that. She don't do that. She come from a different type of background. Like, it's not, oh, like how all in your face, hug you. Like she talked to you like that because she know you. I was your best man in your wedding. But some stranger, she even will walk off, like, hey, and then walk off and go do her own thing while I'm talking to another man. That's how our relationship is.
So you'll be mad at a dude if he tap on the shoulder, be like, yo, shorty, I see you was looking at the ground.
I'm gonna grab him by
you see, man, come on, man. Dude, you can't be trying to choke a dude for just seeing what was up. You can be like, oh yeah, that's my brother. Then you lit. How'd you know, like, I seen y'all was dressed alike. I seen y'all was together. You never know, man.
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm saying, bro, that ain't no reason to choke no man out, is all I'm saying.
I ain't say I was gonna choke him. I just said I'm gonna put my hand like, well, you all right?
Bro, hey, we fighting. I don't care if you grab my neck. I don't care if we in where we at.
It's like you laying hands on him and you can pray for him later.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll be done flip that whole Hobby Lobby upside down, do grab my neck. It's over.
But you gotta be aware, like all jokes aside, you gotta be aware, like as a man, as a single man, you can't just be going up in this day and age. You can't just be going up because first of all, what they call them YNs, they not fighting you anyway. So they see you coming up and talking to their girlfriend, they want to pull a pistol out on you anyway. And they're going to
like, look, I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel like we were way more disrespectful when we were younger, just when it came to hollering at girls. And that's mainly because we pre-social media. We literally had to go up and talk to girls. Like when in high school, I had to go ask shorty, can I get your number? Yo, shorty, can I get that? We didn't like these dudes are see chicks. I had a homeboy named KB. He used to do this. It's crazy enough. He the Christopher Columbus. No. Because I'm about to give him some props. He the Christopher Columbus of this shit. KB was the first dude I knew that used to see chicks in the wild and then go online and look them up. Was he literally the first dude I know that used to see chicks in the wild and go on MySpace. I'm like, yo, her name Keisha. She from Kinston. He was the first dude to do that. All dudes do it now, but he was the first dude to do that. But back in the day, I used to have to. How you found out where she lived at? From her mouth. You know what I mean? We had it different. So we was. Now you right, yo. The YNs will smoke you, but back in the day, that was just how we rolled.
Well, I say this all the time. Everything works the same. Those same guys that go out and look up girls and find their profiles and things like that, do you know how good they will be at selling a product? Selling stuff. So a salespeople have to do research, market research, understand the product, know what the demographic is, just doing your research and then send out cold messages all day long. Because they DMing a whole bunch of girls. That's why I say everything works the same. So God didn't put you here to just be trying to talk to a whole bunch of girls. Use what that energy is towards something else, because we've all done, like, we've been charming before. People, like, we have charisma, we have all these skills, but we use it to persuade or talk to women when you could be using that for a better cause. You know, like, think of someone that's really charming. Like, they talk to women, they, flirt with them or whatever they do, and they get what they want out of them. But if you transfer that energy towards a skill, a selling skill, persuasion, or go and talk to an audience or things like that, you get paid off of that. So that's what I want to teach younger boys. Like, if you have a skill like that, like, people naturally gravitate to you, use that for something good, and don't just squander it away by chasing females. That ain't gonna get you.
I feel like
maybe.
I feel like these new cats, I feel like they'll never be smooth like we was, bro. I don't even why you even said that, right? You just said, but my son could never. I'm talking about we flip flop. I got on the $40 Air Force Ones out the trunk. You remember the little ones they curl up at the bottom? I'm super bummy, dog. Gas station white tee, $5. I'm come on. I was macking chicks before the 4 for 4s and before the come on, man.
Come on, man.
Before dollar menu macking, dog. Two McDoubles, a fry, and a tea was like $5. Yo, we were surviving. Like, my son could never, man. These kids, because they don't got to. I think that's why being fly is so important now, because now you basing somebody life off your pictures you post on social media. So the kids got to be fly. We ain't even have to be fly. We was just pulling chicks because they was in the same proximity we was in, bro. I used to wear balling shorts under my jeans. I was crazy, bro. I should have a crazy life.
I think everybody wore basketball shorts out of
They didn't, bro. That's the crazy thing about it. We don't never talk about it.
Oh,
yeah, Donnie. You think
I ain't do that one.
you think it's normal?
But I think for real, like, I say, you think about when we was teenagers, right, and how we started off. And it's like, I think our concept, we was thinking you got to talk to many girls as you can. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You was told like, oh man, you
Yes.
the man if you could talk to this girl. And what's crazy is that as we got older, we had to change how we think. You know what I'm saying? We had to change our mentality, our mindset. And that's what I think is so important is like we got to constantly evolve and grow. From being single to being like, dating to then being married, to then being older and being a father. I think what's so strange, right, is that the same little boy we were when we was young, when we had these daughters, we look at our daughters or we look at our nieces and nephews or our sons, and we be like, man, I remember what that would look like, and I think it's an eye opener. And me having 3 girls was super humbling, you know what I'm saying? Because I want every young man to pull his pants up now. Man, when walk across the street, say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, all that. Man, I'm all about the respect. And so I think just the change of perspective, it helps for real.
My perspective changed all at once. Like I've always wanted my kids to be. I used to want them to just be athletes, like I was, right? But as I've gotten married and I've grown, that really doesn't mean too much to me anymore. Like I'm okay if he plays sports. Like Cam is about to be 14 this year, and I got 2 other boys, and they're really athletic. When I add, like he's not even 2 yet. He could jump both feet off the ground, like jumping with stuff in his hand. But I don't care about that. The chances of you, and people used to say this when I was younger, the chances of you going to the NBA are so slim, or going to be a professional athlete are slim, but it doesn't mean that you're not good, right? You have to be in the right place at the right time. And there's other ways to make way more money than they're making and live a better life without having to be away from your family and doing all of this other stuff and getting going through temptation and all of that other stuff. My world was small. It's like living in a bottle, and I only saw that one outcome of being a professional athlete. But as I've gotten married, seen the world, been in different countries, different locations, experienced different career paths, and seeing people that make $1 million in a day. But I was trying to make $1 million from being a basketball player, and they're just thinking, they're using their mind. So now I want my boys to be respectful. I want them to be professional. And if they are an athlete, I want them to use that to invest, to be free, truly be free. Because they don't teach us about that when we're young or where we come from. They don't teach us about investments. They don't teach us about how to move money around and insurance. They don't teach us about real wealth because they didn't have it. They didn't know anything about it. They just wanted us to get through high school. That's all it was. Like graduate high school, whatever you do after that, I'm good. Go to the plant, work, go get a good job, keep that job. I mean, that's just the programming. But I want to program my kids to know that they could do anything and go find more things to do. Josh,
No. I was just agreeing with you. Like a lot of my stuff, I think is really important too for people to forgive their parents for what they didn't know. A lot of people they love to like try to put on their position. You're in this position in your life. You're in this space in your life because your mom didn't teach you XYZ or your dad didn't teach you XYZ. I mean, my mother would have made me more fiscally responsible if my mother knew how to be fiscally responsible. So I'm at that point, so now, and I forgive her for not knowing. But me, I mean, I'm with you, man. I agree with you 1,000%, but I'm so big on just happiness, man. And to me, I'm scared because I know the world. There's no way my son is gonna be able to have the same life experience I had because of the way the world is changing right now. So my biggest thing for him, I just want to normalize this world as much as I possibly can. I know what you're talking about, preparing your kids, about financially and economically. I think that's great. But lately, just my heart and mind just been like so much, just like I just want him to be normal. I just want to give him some normal fucking existence for as long as I can, bro. Because this is depressing. I'm sorry I keep cursing, but like the world is depressing right now, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like it's just crazy. What's happening?
So what's I know we're about to be at time. We're over time. I want to say this. What is normal right?
Normal is him having as close to a nuclear family as he can, and being able to play in sports, being able to go to school, being able to have a girlfriend, going outside, riding bikes. I want him to
Gotcha.
physically interact with kids, not just online, like a normal life, what we had.
And I'm gonna say this: why I asked you that was our normal and others' normal, like wealthy normal. You think the wealthy people let their kids stay online all day long? No, they don't. They have them going out, interacting, even presenting at conferences, science fairs, going to different countries, living there, experiencing the culture, being cultured and being able to speak to things that they have lived through. Who is it? Mark Zuckerberg, Meta's CEO or founder. He don't let his kids be on Facebook. He's Meta.
How do you balance this mindset of constant preparation for the future and just letting them be kids? Like where's your balance at for that?
My balance comes from the Bible. The Bible. So we're not here to like what is being a kid, right? That's the way I look at it.
Being a kid is just doing nothing.
Not just being a kid, but you being a parent and being a kid. You as a parent, are you your kid's friend? No, you're not.
Me?
Yeah. I'm just no. So why I asked you that, and I didn't expect you to answer, but I'm saying you're not your kid's friend. If you're your kid's friend, they're going to talk to you and operate as a friend would. You're programming them to think that way. And this is just my opinion, Donnie. You can stop me if I'm speaking.
I mean,
wait a minute, Josh.
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, I don't treat my kids as a friend, but I show them love. I show them affection. I teach them. I don't spoil them, even if I have a lot. I want them to get things, but I'm not saying because I didn't have it now, which I did before, I'm going to give it to you because I didn't have it. No, I want you to learn. I want you to be self-sufficient, especially because I have boys. You have a boy. You have boys. I don't want them to go in the world just thinking that, oh, I'm just a kid, because before you know it, you're an adult. And now you got to relearn the things. And I'm speaking.
So when does that teaching start for you?
That starts incrementally. I believe in incremental improvements, incremental preparation, incremental everything. So my preparation starts from I'm talking to him. I'm explaining. Like if he gets in trouble, I explain to him what could happen if he does that again. But I'm telling him different ways and showing them different ways, even if it doesn't stick. Keep telling them, showing them. One day he's going to fall back on that foundation and it's going to click in his mind like, oh, I'm supposed to operate like this. But if he's just living as a kid, until when? When does that cut off?
And that's why I think just me and you as human beings just operate on a different frequency. I think your frequency, I love where you're at with yours because yours is more of a structured type of way. And I'm, as you know, I'm more of an artist type of thing. You know, my son, in the way I choose to raise my kids, it's just a constant state of creativity. I don't have that preparation. And I sometimes I do wish I did, but I do have more of a sandbox-esque relationship with my children. Like my son, he's really into anime. So we encouraged him to create his own anime. Last year, he was really into Roblox. He was taking classes at the college so he can learn how to program Roblox. Like I literally just tell my kids, yo, go out and feel, and the things that you gravitate towards, just go make that shit. Like I really don't have, I understand what you're saying, but I really don't even have that way of approaching shit. I just look at shit like that.
I know Donnie got it. I'm gonna let him speak, but that's no different from what I'm speaking on. My preparation is doing things like that. Everything that you do, I just said push him to do more, but you can't just treat him like a child, as in baby him, is what I mean. Like baby.
Like I don't mean baby him. I just mean just don't.
No, I know that's what I.
It doesn't seem like I'm putting reins on him, and I'm the worst person to teach. Like Donnie don't know me personally, but Donnie, I don't have a job, bro. I'm an entrepreneur from day one. Dominique know me. I'm a stand-up comedian full time, and I'm a creative director. Like I'm the worst person that you would ask what when you telling your kid to go to college. I'm not the guy to call. You know what I mean? Like I'm the worst guy with that.
Donnie, go ahead. I know you've been trying to say something for a little bit.
No, for sure, man. One of the things like I always think about this concept is like in the wild, right? As soon as like the baby come out a zebra or whatever it is, right? it has to immediately get up and walk. You know what I'm saying? I think oftentimes it's like it's so important instinctually to give kids what they gonna need because you know their life depend on it. So I always try to think about okay, you got to know your kid. Each kid is different, so you certain things you gotta like put in them, certain things you gotta bring out of them, and I think it's different for each kid. So I think there's certain kids that you can say, look, just be creative. But then I think there's certain kids that you say, you know, you need to chill. I gotta rein you in because right now
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
dangerous. I always believe in like, you know, authority is about jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? So authority is like power, authority and jurisdiction. Like you can't be a police and lock somebody up in this county if you don't work in that county. So one of the things I think is that we have a jurisdiction with our kids now, but it ain't gonna always be that way. Like sometimes there's gonna be a time where our authority won't mean the same to them. So while we have this ability, I think it's so important for us to put some boundaries in them, put some disciplines in them. Like you can take an elephant, right? And when it's a baby, you can tie it to a tree. And it'll pull that tree and pull that tree. So when it gets older, right? I mean, it can snatch a tree out the ground. You can put a little pig in the ground, and guess what? It won't move. And I think that we have a duty to our kids to kind of train them in ways that's going to benefit them, you know, down the road. I got to get ready to go, fellas. Man, I enjoyed the
Yeah,
night.
go ahead.
I
Yeah.
told you what. It's a
All
pleasure.
right, we're gonna end it here. So until next, I guess it'll be the next time we'll meet is the 23rd. So I gotta go too. So thanks for let me turn your mic back on. I had to mute your mic because Donnie joined.
Oh yeah. I don't mean to be talking while you talking. You just mute that joint.
No, it won't that you were talking while you're talking. Like his mic, it sounds like cluttered
Your
sometimes.
feedback.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's like
For
an
sure.
echo. But yeah, I think it went well. So let me go ahead and end for the night and shoot. World tour coming soon.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. Hit me up. I'm with it, bro. Let's go. Yeah. What tour coming soon, bro? You already popped out? I need to go.
Let me go.
You should. I wish we had the